Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Uh, Hello, brothers and sisters. I hope everyone's doing well. Sitting here in line to pick the children up from school, and I'm here a little bit early, so I figured I would go ahead and say this. So I'm doing some research on King James, as I've said before. So, I went to some YouTube videos just to see if anyone had anything for me to get started on before I go to the library to check out books and begin studying on that. So I saw this one. It was a reverend, or his name says he was a reverend. His channel says he's a reverend. Anyway, talking about the King James being good. So I commented, I said King James was not a good man, and his translations are have been throughout history littered with, mistakes. And so, of course, he defends himself, talking about how it's not and how it's accurate, and I don't understand Greek text. So I told him, I said, I have actually translated original Greek texts into English myself, and the things that I translated don't add up to any of the versions of today's Bible. And one of those verses that I did specifically was the one where Jesus said, making all meats clean. See, the original scriptures, the original text, it's just talking about washing hands. It says nothing about making meats clean. People added that in there, and that's clear, okay? Even Joel Osteen agrees with this, and I don't like him either. But so the Reverend makes his argument, and I make mine. Okay, it gets to the point, and this is what happens when people can't, they run out of knowledge and they can't really argue. They have nothing to argue back on, so they go to lies and start making things up. So he started to say, what about all the Muslims that destroyed all the Qurans in the past? And we don't know what Muhammad actually wrote or said. I said, first of all, he never wrote anything because he couldn't read or write. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the man was unlettered. He did not read or write, but that has nothing to do with his level of intelligence. It was in his mind. I said, first of all, where do you get those sources from? You can't defend the things you're saying about, King James being an accurate translation, him not being a homosexual murderer and monarch and all this stuff. So you just go to attacking the Quran with no actual evidence to back up what you're saying. Well, you never destroyed all the Qurans. There's been other people who's tried to destroy the Qurans, but you can't destroy the Quran because there's only one Quran. So it says there's multiple versions. There's not. There's only one version. Now there's different languages, and I'm going to make about a video about this too. There's different languages that it is translated in, but they all say the exact same thing. I think I have 4 different Quran translations, and they all say the exact same thing. And the Arabic says exactly the same thing as all the others, except for recitation style, which is how you pronounce a word. Same word though, right? They can't destroy them because of the millions of us who have them memorized in our heads. Every single Muslim out here has at least some surahs memorized from memory, and you can't forget them once you memorize it. Honestly, it would not be too hard of a book to fully memorize because it's just something about it. Once you learn it, it just goes into your heart and soul, and it stays there. So even if they destroyed every paper copy of the Quran, every digital copy of the Quran, now you have to kill millions and millions of people who have it memorized to get rid of it. It's impossible, and you can't do it. That's why it's never changed. We've only had one version since the time of the Prophet ﷺ, and we even had carbon dated copies. You can look it up in the Birmingham Museum, I think. In Birmingham, there is Quran carbon dated. Guess what? Matches with exactly every Quran that we have today in modern times. So don't make up things and tell lies, especially if you're a reverend. Have some respect for God, have some respect for yourself, and have some respect for other people, man. Don't make up lies, yo. I mean, if you're defeated, find some facts, find some truth, and argue your point. that's fine. But making up lies, yo, really, as a reverend, lying, telling a lie, that's a sin, right? Anyway, if you want to have a big boy debate without lies, if you want to use actual information in texts, I'm all for it. But I will hang up on you if you start telling lies. I'm not going to argue with a liar, because a liar is a pointless person to argue with, because the fact that they're lying shows that they have no integrity anyway, and they're going to just keep on lying, and it's pointless to have a conversation with a liar. Anyway, I hope everyone has a great day. I'm about to pick up my kids, and this is the best part of the day for me. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.